Hare Krishna. Today we are going to learn about Rahu Ketu Axis. I promise you that you would have never ever heard such kind of an explanation. This comes from 21 years of experience, looking at thousands of charts and talking to thousands of people. Today, and the series of this playlist is going to be your Rahu and Ketu in all the axes, like Ketu in the first house, Rahu in the seventh, and Ketu in the second, and Rahu in the eighth, and so on until we've got Ketu in the 12th and Rahu in the sixth. We'll completely cover all the zodiac and the entire horoscope. In upcoming videos, I'm also going to talk about Rahu in various signs, like Rahu in fiery signs, Rahu in earthy signs, Rahu in airy signs, and obviously Rahu Ketu in the watery signs. What is the message? Because you will always see them in different signs. For an example, if we take Aries Lagna, Rahu in the Lagna will be in the fire sign and Ketu will be in the airy sign. So, what is the message? What is the karma that is flowing from fire to air and air to fire? That's what we are going to learn in upcoming videos. But in this video, I'm going to cover the axis. Today, we are going to talk about Ketu in the first house and Rahu in the seventh house. Now, before I explain you, you would have heard very general explanations of Rahu and Ketu, where you said, hey, Ketu is something that you've already achieved in your previous birth. And Rahu is your unfulfilled desires. Isn't that a very, very generic statement? Ask yourself, if you have to interpret this statement, what will you do? You will say that something that I have done in the past is Ketu, and something that I need in this future, and something that I really want in this future, or my all those desires that are burning inside me is the placement of the Rahu. Well, that is wrong. Although the statement is a very generic statement and it is not wrong, but the way 99% of the people perceive this particular statement is not right. That's where the problem is. So what we are going to learn is, I'm going to show you a pictorial description of Ketu in the first house, Rahu in the seventh house, and how do they work. And all those people who have this particular placement will 100% relate to it. So I've made a chart already for you people so that we save time on it. So I said Ketu here is past and Rahu here is future, unfulfilled desires. But what was in the past? Whenever you have Ketu, and this is a principle, this is a Raj Jyotish principle I'm going to teach, that how placement of Ketu affect the results of Rahu. Should I repeat the statement? How placement of your Ketu give results to the placement of Rahu. I never said the opposite way. Why? Because the results of today are are because of the results of yesterday. What you've done yesterday is what you reap today, or what you reap today is what you cut today. So whatever you've done in the past is what your Rahu is, right? And what you've done, the maximum, the epicenter of your karma is where your Ketu is. And let me show you how. First house, you see here the karmas of your Ketu are related to self. It's the Lagna. And when I say self, it means pride, huh? About your dignity, hmm? About believing in luck and less of hard work. At times, you may call it gambling. Okay, your habits, good and bad habits, a lot of habits, primarily bad, right? And cheating on others' money. Hmm? Because we use our intelligence to grab how much money we can, at times insulting others. Hmm? Because Rahu is headless, wants money, want everything, right? And lot of physical comforts. That मुझे सब कुछ मिलना चाहिए. No, I should have the maximum comfort. So how many points? One, two, three, four, five, six, and seven. So the theme in the previous birth was around your own pride, your own, you know, profits without looking at how it is hurting someone. It was about your physical comforts, your own very, very sluggish habits, and also trying to follow dignity. What will happen in this life? You don't have all these things in your life. I mean, these people with Ketu in the Lagna, they may not be proud of themselves. They may not be proud of how they look. They may not have dignity in certain areas. They may not like gambling. They may have a very, very different obsessive habits. They may not insult others, but feel a lot of insult. And they may not like physical comforts. But this is just not Ketu. How has he passed these karmas to Rahu? You see, all these things that you've done in your previous life is not going to affect only your nature in this life, but also because this is going to flow from Ketu to Rahu. How it is going to flow from Ketu to Rahu and what areas it is going to affect is that it is going to go here. So, seventh house is where you have partnership, but this is not the house that will, take the hit. The other houses that they will take the hit are where you have the drishti of Rahu, the aspect of Rahu. Remember, he's got the head, he's got the drishti, he's got the desire, he's got brain to, have desires in life. So technically, I'm going to highlight three more houses over here. So Ketu in the Lagna is unfulfilled desires that you have in your life in the third house, in the seventh house, and in the 11th house, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the problem is. One, you will see people struggling in partnerships. So, whatever you did in the habits, in the cheating, you know, to others, where are you going to, fulfill that karma in this life? In partnerships. The partners may cheat, partners may not have dignity. You will see that whatever you start in the beginning, there will be problems with siblings, the younger sibling, the elder sibling. You say, hey, I have my third lord very well placed in my horoscope, but how? I have so much problem with my younger and elder, both the siblings. It's not the third lord, it's the Rahu in the seventh house. Everything that I start new, everything I want to begin new, there is a problem. There is an issue. All my new ventures, all my hard work, my recognition, my strength goes for a six in the beginning. No one listens to me in the beginning. They take time to understand what I'm trying to tell them. And all my hopes, wishes, desires, gains, my reputation in the society is always at stake. Always at stake. Did you see how these karmas of pride, dignity, gambling, habits, insulting others, physical conflicts are there in your third house, in your 11th house, and in your seventh house? And suppose you've got other planets with Rahu and Ketu. Suppose you've got Venus here. What happens with Venus here? There was lot of emphasis on Venus, which was devotion, romance, spouse, opposite sex, and you've lost it in this year. In this life, it's not going to be there. That's what Ketu and Venus is very, very difficult position when it comes to love, romance, marriage, everything. But where is the problem going to be? It's in the seventh house, it's going to be in the third house, and in the 11th house. That's how exactly the Ketu and Rahu axis work. So suppose it happens in the second house and the eighth house. So Rahu is in the eighth house. So the hits are going to be 4, 8, and 12th. The fourth house, the eighth house, and the 12th house where Rahu aspects. And I'm going to cover this, all the 12 axes, and you'll be able to relate and understand Rahu and Ketu in the best possible manner. Open your charts. Look where your Rahu is and where has it given you the impact. And that is because of the Ketu, the things that you've already done in the past. So what is the lesson here? What are you supposed to learn? Learn to deal with siblings. Learn to deal with partners. Respect your marriage. Respect the society. Respect your elder brother. Have very profound hopes, wishes, and desires. Write down your hopes and wishes and desires and try to manifest it. Just don't think, because Rahu only wants you to think. Rahu does not want you to manifest. That's when you get trouble in hopes, wishes, and desires, society. In fact, when you have Rahu in the seventh house, it's very difficult to walk on the path given by Guru, because the universal Guru for all the horoscopes sits in the third house. Because Guru is ninth house, and the communication, the mantra, the words, the teachings of the Rahu is in the 11th house, which is third from the ninth. So 11th house becomes the house of universal Guru. And that is why in Kali Yuga, this house is a natural badak. Rahu becomes a natural badak because he won't let you go towards the Guru. That's where the problem is. The day you understand this theme of your life is the day when you learn to live life to the fullest. You'll be happy about everything which is happening in your life. Otherwise, third house, seventh house, 11th house is gone for a six. There is a problem. You need to learn how you behave in your daily routine at marketplace, which is the seventh house, how you deal with your clients, how you deal, with your public relations, how you deal with elder siblings, younger siblings, how you deal with your hopes, how you deal with your communication, the way you communicate. You need to control your nerve, and you have to be very careful in understanding, the all those startups that you're doing. All the pros and the cons of the startups have to be discussed, jotted down on a paper, and respect the problems. Do not just overlook the problems of any startup. And then Rahu says this person has learned the lesson of life. Because Ketu has already given you the lesson of life by not feeling proud of yourself, may not have dignity, don't like gambling. You did this in the past. Rahu, Ketu says, okay, nothing this year, but whatever you did in the past will flow towards Rahu, but not in the first house, but in the seventh, third, and the 11th house. If you can understand Rahu and Ketu in this fashion, your predictions, your guidance, and understanding Rahu and Ketu and their axes, you're going to master it. You're going to master all the good and bad habits of your life. You're going to master how to live life properly. This was the video, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked it, please do share and subscribe. comment. I am reading all those comments in the previous videos, trying to answer relevant comments, and I will answer your comments as well. Do let me know. Till then, Hare Krishna. I'll come up with another video, very soon with Ketu in the second house, Rahu in the eighth, and then so on. Right? All the 12 X's we're gonna cover. Till then, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev. Thank you.